Yes, starting. I'm starting now.
Okay.
Okay, we are live. We are live. So good evening, everyone from this side. We are going to be hosting. We have somebody amazing. We have one amazing person in our midst today, and she's Eliane Adler. She's going to be taking us through. She's going to be teaching us how to overcome low self-esteem, how to banish your inner critics and move your way to success by overcoming low self-esteem. And this is one problem I've noticed that a lot of people have in a time like this. A lot of persons want to do stuff, want to do great stuff, but they feel a lot of internal resistance because there's a voice in your head telling you you're not enough, or telling you you are worthless, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't write that application. This literally affects everything about you. Okay, and that voice is something you need to identify and eliminate if possible. Eliminate. Okay, so yes, Eliane Adler is a coach. She's a certified coach, and she works. She has been working with women over the years. She helps women reach their. She helps her audience reach their full potential. She also teaches stress management, and self-esteem. She's also into self-esteem building, helping people to build their self-esteem, and as well as I talked about stress management and then finding purpose. Okay. I believe people like Eliane are needed in our world today. Really, in our world today, a lot of persons need to understand this. A lot of persons need to come to terms with this message. Okay. So yes, we have the beautiful, amazing Eliane Adler, and she's going to be speaking to us about self-esteem building. Eliane, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. Thanks for this nice introduction. So, hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. We had a few technical problems, but we're ready now. So, self-esteem is such, as you said, a hugely important topic. And I've been studying this for many years because myself, I had kind of, if it's possible, no self-esteem when I was young. So I'm sure everyone has one situation when you really, really want something in your life, you want to do something, and then those whispers start in your head like, nah, I'm not good enough. The other ones will probably be better. I'm not this, I'm not that. And then you just don't do it, or you do it, but you're too hesitant and it doesn't work out. So for me, when I was young, I wanted to be a dancer. But as I said, I had the lowest self-esteem possible. So I would go to auditions sometimes, but I would freeze completely. I was like, really, my head would not work. And that's something I also learned with stress. When you're stressed, your cognitive functions don't work. So I would go there, which is a good step in itself, but I could not do anything. And then, of course, you start blaming yourself, you regret, and then the circle goes on. So that's just one example. I have many more. So let's go back to the basics. What is self-esteem? There's a lot, tons of research that has been going on, that is still going on. A lot of researchers and scientists are studying it. So basically, so I have some notes here. So if you don't mind, sometimes I will take a peek. Self-esteem is basically the way you see yourself, the way you feel about yourself, and what you believe about yourself. There's one psychotherapist, Nathaniel Brandon, who studied that deeply, and he talks about two things about self-esteem, which is self-efficacy, that is the way you are able to cope with challenges in your life, and self-respect, which is if you feel worthy of being happy. So these are two parameters that he incorporates in self-esteem. Now, how is self-esteem influenced? It all starts when we're young. So between the ages of 3 and 8, more or less, when we're children, we are very, very how do you say that, influenceable. We get a lot of impressions. Sorry, sometimes I cannot find my words, but you will understand. So we're very impressionable. We take a lot in. And I found that it's a mix of personality, genetics, and environment. Because you can have two people who grew up like in the same kind of environment and still be very different, react differently, have higher self-esteem or lower. So it's kind really of a mix. Most of the time, if you grow up in a loving, warm family or surroundings, you are bound to have higher self-esteem. But it's not a must. But of course, statistically, it's easier to have high self-esteem if you feel loved and if you are brought up in a warm environment. So when we're children, everything that we see, that we hear, that we experience creates like a blueprint for our life. And then everything that happens after that, we try to adjust it so it enters into the image that we have about the world, about ourselves. And it's enough that one person made one comment about you, about something, and that it stays with you forever. Like for instance, I was very shy, very quiet when I was a child, and then a lot of teachers would say, "Oh, you're so sensitive, you're too quiet, you have to, man up." And it would really annoy me. It would really make me mad, because it was like, you cannot accept me as the way I am. So why do I have to change? Why do I have to be different? And on the other hand, it always stays with you. This sentence. Like there's another example, for instance, I overheard my mother say something about me that I would never become a dancer because I had no rhythm, things like that. She didn't know I heard that. But that's something that stayed with me for years and years. And later on, when I finally got to dance and to choreograph, because finally I got to do it with a lot of passion and insistence on my part. I was like, you see, the voice in my head was, you see, I finally made it, regardless of what you told me. But still, it prevented me from succeeding much faster. So perhaps I'm sorry, maybe I'm not always very structured, but I hope you can follow. Let's stop for a minute, if you're alive or if you see this afterwards, and try to realize for yourself which voice it is that you hear in your head when you talk negatively about yourself. Because most of the time it starts when we're young, and it's the voice of our caregivers, but it can be a teacher, a sibling. So try to figure out, it can be different voices, of course, but usually there's one that is the strongest, the most present. And so try to figure that out. I think it's really important. That's the first step. The first step anyhow to banish your self-critic is to observe your thoughts, to be aware of what's going on and to observe. So try in the next week or weeks, try to really stop yourself at times and listen to what you're telling yourself. So that's one exercise you can do already. And then try to identify this voice. And what is it telling you? And then once you figure that out, you can start to create distance, to know this is not my voice. This is a voice from the past. Let's say for me, it was my mother. So this is my mother's voice. And then slowly, once you observe, then you can analyze. And slowly, we'll see afterwards, slowly you can reframe your thoughts. And then you start to find your own voice, your power within, and start to make that shift in your head. So now let's go back to what I was saying. So it all starts when we're young. We have this blueprint. And let me just go back to what I wanted to say. So why is self-esteem so important? Because if you have low self-esteem, you miss out on so many opportunities, and that's such a shame. So your happiness, your success, it depends in a big part on your self-esteem, on how you see yourself, what you believe about yourself. So that's why it's important to work on it. What is good to know is that your self-esteem is not something fixed. It's malleable. You can work on it. It's a practice. With a lot of exercise, you can build it, and it can become much higher. So next on, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. So when we're young, so the messages that you hear from the people around you, which influence you for a big part, they can be like direct messages or indirect. Like a teacher can say, oh, you're not good at math, or someone can tell you you're so clumsy. And sometimes just one sentence, one thing can stay with you for many years later. So these are direct messages, like you're stupid, you're not good enough. But you also have like indirect messages, things that people can make you feel without saying, without telling you. Like, for instance, let's say, I'm talking a lot about my mother, big trauma there. When I would come home from school, let's say I was about 8 years old, we lived close by to the school, so I came home alone with my brother, and my mother was lying on the couch and she was sleeping, but she wasn't working or anything, so it's not like she was exhausted because she had to work all day, all night. And so I would come home, and when you come home, you like to have someone to talk to ask how your day was. But the fact that she was sleeping, and I would just come home, grab something to eat, or go to my room. And at other times, she would like sit in front of the TV, and I come home and say, hi, I'm home. And they say, shh, not now, I'm watching this, leave me alone. Things like that. So that gives you, sends you a message that like, you're not good enough, you're not worth my time, you don't really matter. And all these things, you integrate. So this is kind of an indirect message of the way people can make you feel without telling you just to your face. And these feelings can stay with you for a long time. So it's important. The first thing, as I said before, it's really important to do some introspection, to analyze, and to observe where the thoughts, the feelings come from. Mostly from your youth, but try to be specific. Which person, what did they do, what did they say? So really try to deconstruct. It's a first step. That's what I like to do when I work with clients. I really like to deconstruct and then construct back the pieces in a more productive way. So this is what I wanted to say about that. Let me check what else I wanted to say. Let's continue here.
Okay.
Just
I think I don't know what's going on my screen right now. Everything is just paused. But I don't know if those who are live can hear us. I don't know if they can hear you clearly.
I hope they can.
Yes. So they should be able to make a comment. My screen is currently just there. Nothing seems to be working right now, but I can still hear you very well.
Yeah, I don't.
But they should be, you can hear me as well.
No, I hear you, but I don't see you anymore.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why.
I have a lot of technical issues today.
Yes. So those who are viewing this, if you get to this point and you can hear us clearly, you can hear Eliane clearly, then you should make a comment. I think you should make a comment to let us know you can hear. I'm going to try and go out and come back in again. I just hope it doesn't end the show. So let me try.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I think I'm back,
Yeah, now I
right?
can see you again. Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Good, good. Yes, so I don't know what happened, but we've resolved it, thank God. So yes, go ahead. You've talked a lot about introspection. You've talked a
Mm-hmm.
lot about listening to the inner voice, finding out um, what you tell yourself, the triggers, the voice you hear when you sit down to think, when you sit down to recollect, when you want to try out stuff, and then it seems like there's a limitation somewhere. It seems like there's a barricade placed on you. Sometimes it's important to find out the voice you hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whose voice do you hear that, limits you in that way? And then from there, you can talk about eliminating that voice or correcting that particular I see it as an ailment. So that's the point, is that's the correction. That's what I've gotten so far. Yes. So
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
You
especially it's important to distance yourself, to know that it's not your voice, that it's something from the past, and that you slowly can rebuild it. And
okay.
to pick up on this, perhaps I also want to say that words, words have power, words have energy, and are very. It's important to observe the way you talk to yourself. Like, for instance, if you tell yourself, "I can't." Oh, I have a little story about that. Now that I think of it, I think I was about 10 years old, and I was with my brother and my parents. We were in like a holiday resort, and they have like activities for children, sports activities, like tournaments. And so we were participating one day in a darts tournament. I don't even know why, but that's besides the point. So we were standing in line, one behind the other, waiting for our turn. And I was already busy in my head, like, oh, I can't do it. Why am I even bothering? I never did this before. I don't know how to do this. All this negative self-talk. And I must have said something out loud, because my brother, who was standing right in front of me, he turned to me and he said, if you tell yourself, I can't, then that's not helpful. If you say, I can, then it gives you positive energy, and it will help you
Yes.
more. And that's something that always stuck with me. At the time, I tried. I don't know if I succeeded with the darts, but since then, it stuck with me that it's so important the way you talk to yourself. And so slowly try to, once you have observed and analyzed your thoughts, then you can start to shift, to reframe how you talk to yourself. So instead of saying, I can't, you can say, I'm learning, or I don't have the skill yet, but I can work on it. I can prepare myself. I can study more. Just try to shift it in a more positive way. And what also helps is like to try, every time you do something positive, like to congratulate yourself, like be your own cheerleader, something like, I have to do the dishes every day. I don't like it, but of course I have to do it. It's very, very silly, but every day when I finish doing the dishes, I tell myself, oh, great job. Something really stupid, but it helps, your unconscious picks up the energy of the words, of the positivity of. And so every time you take action, congratulate yourself, even for the smallest step that you're taking. And perhaps I want to give you another exercise that you can do, because self-esteem is not like something, it's not like positive. I'm the best. I'm great. That's not what self-esteem is about. Self-esteem is about having a realistic image. So you can write down, let's take it a bit, normally it's like write down 10 positive traits about you and 10 negatives. But here I want to just accentuate the positive a little bit. So if you want to do it now or later on when you watch this, just take a piece of paper and write down 5 positive traits of yourself and two negative ones. So it stays a little bit realistic. And so these are all little exercises that you do just to get an image of yourself and to realize your strengths and also know your weaknesses. And then from there, you can work on your strengths to improve them. So another thing that's important to improve your self-esteem is to take action. Imperfect action, even if you're scared, but to do it. I know it's not easy. It can be, observe the way you talk to yourself. Yes, absolutely. I saw someone commenting. Say positive things to yourself. Yes. So really try, if I can give you another advice, just take a look at your life and decide on one goal, on something you want to achieve, because you cannot do everything at once. So just pick one thing. It can be something small. It can be you want to exercise more, or you want to work on your career, your business. Just choose one thing and then look at the steps that you need to move forward. And it always helps if you can break it down into small steps, because otherwise it can seem very overwhelming, and then it can hold you back because of fear. So really break it down in steps and try to work on that. And take action. And every time you take a small step, a small action, congratulate yourself again and try to feel that positive energy. And even if you feel scared, we all feel scared, but it doesn't matter. Just do it. Fear is an illusion, actually.
Yes.
Well, even if it can feel very, very real at times, but that's something I work on as well, on relaxation and stress management, but that will be perhaps for another time. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, another thing that's important. I saw someone call it fact over fiction. Or it's fact versus opinion. So when you look at your thoughts, check if what you are thinking is a fact or if it's just an opinion. Like if I tell myself I'm stupid, like, is this a fact? Did you check this? Is it 100% true? Do you have evidence that tells you that it's true? So try to make the difference there as well. If it's if I say it's 30 degrees out, the sun is shining, that's a fact. But if you say something, I am clumsy, just because maybe you dropped something one day, it's an opinion, it's not a fact. So try to sense the difference there. That can also help you to shift the way you think about yourself. And another thing that's important is to not overgeneralize. Like, just as I said, like if you drop something, it's not because you do something wrong or you fail once that you're a failure. So if you made a mistake, just acknowledge, oh, I made a mistake. It's not because I made a mistake that I'm worthless. So that's also really important, because we all make mistakes, and actually mistakes are good to learn from. Even if they may feel bad at the time, it's important to grow from there, because when everything goes right all the time, then there's no real merit. To say that in English. So that's also something I want to point out, that if something happens once or even twice or 3 times, it doesn't mean, even if you drop something 3 times, it doesn't mean that you're clumsy. You just dropped something. So try to sense the difference there as well. And what else? Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm just trying to give you a lot of little tips, you know. I like to work to be very practical, you know, to be concrete, to be practical, to give you things that can help you forward. So this is all when you're analyzing your thoughts, and when you want to do something, ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is this helpful to obtain my goal, to move forward? Like I said before, find one goal. Let's say you want to work on your business, and then you think to yourself, oh, I'm not good with numbers, I'm not good with people. And then ask yourself, are these thoughts helping me to move towards my goal? Or are these thoughts holding me back? If they're holding you back, try to put them aside and change them. So there are different ways. You can just stop your thoughts. You can try to reframe them, as I said before, or you can try to distance yourself from your thoughts. So it takes work. It's not something that happens overnight. There is no magical trick. It really takes work, especially if you have really low self-esteem. It can take weeks, months, years. But what's good is that you feel the evolution, but you really need to work on it step by step, slowly observing, analyzing, and slowly shifting that mindset, those limiting beliefs that you have. And then you can move forward to a happy, successful life. And there will be setbacks, you know, it's not one straight line that just goes up all the time. It's like a cycle a little bit. You have good periods, you go up and then it goes down. But the important thing is when you go down, not to let yourself get dragged down. Just keep the faith, keep the spirit. Know it will be better again. And you'll be back in the high spiral, and slowly you move like this. And try to appreciate everything that happens, everything that you have along the way. You know, the goal is not only that the purpose. You know, when you want to walk to the top of the mountain, it's not only that counts. You know, all the way towards it is sometimes the most beautiful. The journey actually towards your goal can be the most beautiful. Once you have your goal, of course, it gives you satisfaction, but try to appreciate, to enjoy the ride. That's another tip or advice that I would like to share. So let me think. I think I said already a lot of things. Yeah, what I wrote here. Don't compare yourself to others. That's also a very tricky one, and something that can really be very detrimental, really hold you back. That's something for me that was really hard. Like when I was young, like if I would be with whatever person, let's say I would watch something on TV, and the person I was with, whoever it was, would make a comment like about the actress, let's say, and she would say, oh, wow, she's hot. Wow, look at that actress. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Immediately, there would be a voice in my head or something that would say, that would make the connection. Like, if she's hot, if she's gorgeous, I'm horrible. I'm ugly. I am worthless. And that was really something that was so present in my head for years. I would be completely depressed. Like if I was going to a movie and when we got out, the friend I was with would say, oh, wow, she was so gorgeous. I would really be depressed for the rest of the evening. And so this is something I had to learn. It took me many years, really. And to try to not compare myself to others, and that it doesn't mean that if one girl is beautiful, it doesn't mean per se that you're not. You know, you have different girls that can be beautiful or good at something or anything like that. So the only time that you can compare yourself is if someone inspires you to be more productive, more successful, to inspire you to do something, to create something. So that's the positive way to look at someone else. But otherwise, just compare yourself to you, to how you were, to where you are, where you want to be, how you want to be, who you want to be, and everyone has their own journey to live, to walk. So that's also something that's important, I think. I mustn't compare myself. Yeah, exactly. I'm enough. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I love this next one. It's very funny.
You're so beautiful. Beautiful. There's anywhere. Yeah, everybody's beautiful in their own way, and
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
definitely.
Let's see. What else have we got?
I love the way you brought in something here. I love the way you talked about taking actionable steps, taking actions, coming out from your shell and actually making that, trying to move that needle. Because a lot of persons have come to, and I disagree with that. A lot of persons have come to, you know, this recent wave of teachings in the name of building self-esteem, and all they do is affirmations. All they do is self-affirmations, affirmations, affirmations, affirmations. Now, I believe affirmations work. I practice affirmations, but I'm not of the party that would feel like that's all there is to the equation. Like, I'm enough, I'm intelligent, I'm this, I'm that, I'm rich. If you are saying I'm rich, I'm smart, I'm this, and then you're not working, and then you're not doing anything that would make you rich, you remain poor, and definitely you will still come back to the same point. You will still keep running around the same circle. So you brought in a very new dimension here when you talk about, that really stood out for me when you talk about taking steps, taking actions, taking action, and then congratulating yourself, taking the actions, even if you are scared. That means a lot, because a lot of persons do not understand that there's actually need to move out. There's actually need to make that move. And that's very, very, very important. Really stood out for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that point.
You're welcome. Yeah, so affirmations, that's one thing I also suggest, but that's definitely not the main thing. And when you make an affirmation, when you create one for yourself, it's very important to say something, to tell yourself something that resonates with you. Because if you're saying, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, that's not working. You really have to find something that works for you, like I'm working on my goal every day. I'm learning to get better every day. Something like this, that helps you move forward. But that's not just words that don't have a lot of meaning. So affirmations can definitely help, but just making affirmations and not doing anything else, maybe some people will succeed, but it's not the majority, I guess. And one more thing about fear, I was asked in one of the courses, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? And for me, it's definitely stop being so scared. Don't be so scared. What are you so afraid of? Because I used to be so scared of everything, of what will people think and what happens if I don't, if I fail, or if I make a fool out of myself, or if I don't succeed. And we have so many fears, and it's such a shame because, when you get older, perhaps one thing I can tell you, that self-esteem also gets better. Well, in my experience, once you get older, so you still have time perhaps to get higher self-esteem, but it's better to work on it now. But life, we only have a period of time here. Well, if you believe that, if you believe in that we have many lives, that doesn't count for you. But life is short, and just try to grab all that you can and experience most of it, and don't be so scared, because there's no reason to be scared. What's like, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? You can make a fool out of yourself, but that's okay, and people will forget, and or you can fail, but that's fine. You try again and again and again. And so that's also a lesson that I learned, that took me many years, but I'm still working on it. Like even now, even doing this live, I feel a little bit of, tension, apprehension, even if, that's okay, but I'm doing it. Like a few years ago, I would have said, oh no, you know what, I will not do it. So you stay in your comfort zone, but then you don't move forward, you don't have new experiences, and that's something that helps you, like new experiences. And I just wrote an article a few weeks ago about brain plasticity, the connections in your brain, because before the scientists thought that only in your childhood and your youth, until you're 18 or 20, that your brain can change and adapt. But now they found out that it continuously can change. And one thing that helps you to create positive connections in your brain is taking on new experiences, taking on challenges, learning new things. So all these things help you to create positive connections in your brain. So that's one more reason to go out there and take action, try out some things.
Wow.
What else can I tell you? And then you have, I don't know if it's connected. Perhaps, you can start creating healthy habits that help you improve your self-esteem, like meditation, mindfulness. Mindfulness is also something that can really help, because often when we're busy in our head, when we hear these voices, when we're overthinking, most of the time we're busy in the past or in the future. Like we're ruminating about the past, about something that didn't go well, a decision that we didn't take, or we took the wrong decision. So we are either ruminating about the past, or we are worrying about the future. So what will happen? What if I do this? What if I do that? So mindfulness helps you to stay present in the moment. And when you're in the moment, connected to your body, you immediately get out of your head and stop overthinking or having negative self-talk. So that's also something that you can incorporate in your daily life. Try to find some habits, something that you find you can implement and keep doing. So you don't have to do too much. Just try to find one thing that works for you, like perhaps affirmations or meditation or doing yoga or breathing exercises. Try to begin with one thing that can help you also works on your fear, on your stress, brings you back to the moment, to yourself, to your body, to align. It also helps to make better decisions. And it's also something that can help. Also journaling, writing down things can help you a lot. Also when you are starting the process that I talked about in the beginning, like observing your thoughts and analyzing, you can take every day like 15 minutes to write down everything you think, everything that's going on in your life. And then you can reread it and analyze, see what came out of it, and try to work on that.
Oh, wow.
That's also something you can do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like this is like a full course. I'll call it a master class. This is like full course on self-esteem building. This is really interesting. I don't know if anyone has questions I think I should be able to see that from my streaming tool. I think I should be able to see that from StreamYard. If you have any question, you can post it in the comments. In fact, I'd like you all to make comments so I can see who is viewing. I can see Peace Emmanuel. Peace Emmanuel has been engaging us with enough vibe today. I can see the beloved son. I can see Victory Obie. I can see Gustavo Castro. You are all welcome. I can see Macari's precious Abisam. Thank you very much for making our time to join us in this live session. So if you are seeing this and you get to this point, you can comment, you can make some comments, make some noise so that we would see that you are here. Okay, say something to our speaker once you get to this point. And yes, let us know if you have any question that you would like her to answer. Okay, any challenge at all when it comes to self-confidence, self-esteem building. Hold her now, hold her tight, and ask the question and get her to answer a question right now. If you have any question, put it in the comment. I should be able to see that from, or you can comment. Yes, comment. I think StreamYard sieves out some comments. I think some persons have to join first. I think about 10 persons or so that they can be making comments that are visible via StreamYard. But just in case I don't see your comment or I don't see your questions, I'll definitely see it when I log into Facebook when we turn this live session off. Okay, but then please do well to leave your comments. I can see a lot of pieces comments in the comment box. Okay, so yeah. You have something to say.
I was just saying I cannot see the comments, but please, if you have any questions, you can always, even after the live, you can always contact me. Always welcome.
Okay, that's great then. That's great. Let me see if I have something to put up here. Okay, so great. So yes, I know a lot of persons might be seeing this and they would want to connect with you and yeah, definitely have one or two questions or get anything. I don't know if you have any course on this. I don't know if you have any program, any coaching session, private course, whatever. You can just introduce it. Perhaps somebody might be viewing this and the person will be interested on getting one-on-one coaching from you. So
absolutely.
Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been doing coaching for a long time, but I only started online a few months ago. So I'm kind of new at the online world. But I definitely have one-on-one sessions. So you can always contact me for that. And I'm just finishing up my first online course, which is about overcoming overthinking and silencing your inner critic. So it's some of the things I talked about today are in the course, and many more exercises and tools to help you overcome that. So you're always welcome to contact me. I think if you just type in my name, you come onto my page on Facebook. I also have a website where you can find my data. It's called coaching pieces in one word .com.
Okay, let me try and put that in the call. Let me try and make a banner for that. Okay, go ahead.
I will write it here.
Coaching. All right, you can. Yeah, sure, you can.
That's like this.
Okay. So I'm going to copy that. And so I don't know. I think I logged out. Let me put that in.
Okay.
Let me put that in. Coaching pieces. Coachingpieces.com.
It's just kind of a basic website, but you can find my data there. I still have to update it, but you can, yeah.
Okay, so yes.
That's cool. Great. I want to thank you also. Thank you for this opportunity to And congratulations on your group. I see it's growing every day. So that's
Thank
great.
you very much.
We're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. It's my big pleasure inviting you. It's my pleasure having you do this and sparing out time from your very busy life. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think
Thank you.
yes. Okay, so about for those who would want to connect with me, I do this often, but it's not meant to be here. It's meant to be inside my learning community, Learners Tribe on Facebook, and we had a lot of a lot of glitches trying to put it up on Learners Tribe on the Facebook community, on the Facebook group. They kept telling me I couldn't even see the suggestion to add her to the live session. So I had to do this on my personal profile. So yes, subsequently would you get notified about such events. I'll be doing this often and on, and definitely I would love to have Eliane again and again. And I know she's going to grant me she's going to grant me that access. Eliane is a very nice lady. You'll be very, 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 I don't know, you would love to connect with her, definitely. So yes, reach out to her anyhow you want to reach out to her. She's on Facebook, and I think you're on LinkedIn as well.
I'm on Instagram and on LinkedIn.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so the name finds her online. Yes, the name speaks for her. For some of you that don't have name yet, you need a name that can find you online. Okay. Yes, so you need to be findable. Let me put it that way. So yes, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, you can find her and connect with her. Eliane Adler, the very nice lady. You can see it from the smile. Okay, so yes. Then about myself, you can join my learning community. Like I said earlier, Learners Tribe on Facebook. Once you start typing Learners Tribe, it's going to push it out there for you, and you can. It's one green symbol. It's still like that until we change it maybe tomorrow or next. But then it's still one big round green symbol, more like symbolizing digital connectivity, the world, and learning, how learning influences the world. That's the simple idea behind the logo. So you can find it, and then you can join my learning community. You can request to join. You can send me a message to join my learning community, and I'll immediately fetch the link for you. You can connect with me, see more of my courses, programs, anything, mentorship program, anything at all. Okay, so you can reach out to me, and I'll put my number up on the screen right now. So yes, that's my WhatsApp number. Okay, so you can connect and send a message, and I'll be glad to welcome you. I'll be glad to welcome you. All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Eliane. I think we have a comment. Oh, this is sweet. This is a very sweet comment. Let me push it up.
Thank you, and thank you to all the people who joined or who will watch this in a replay if it gets if you get to post it.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So yes, we've come to the end of the live session. So one thing I'd like you all to do is to share the good news, right? Share this with your friends, share with your family. It's going to help a lot of people, definitely. And if you have watched this to this point, it's obvious that you are staying here because you are getting value that you like. Okay, so I would like you to share that value equally to and everybody you can get it to. Okay, share the video on Facebook, or you can make a post, copy the link, and share with as many people as possible. You can, make comments. Yes, flood this comment section. Yes, flood the comment section. Make a lot of comments so that the algorithm will push this video up, and a lot of persons can get to see the video, right? A lot of persons will get to see the video. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for sticking with us till this point. I think okay. I think somebody should reach out to me. Peace should reach out to me. I have something for you. Peace Emmanuel, if you're watching this, should reach out to me for being very, very engaging tonight. I really enjoyed your your engagement. All right. So yes, I'll be ending this session right here. Thank you all once again. Thank you all. And thank you, Eliane. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Yes.